Saturday. I know because I'm working parking Saturdays. If you want to say hi, stop by the fair and take your money while you park. Go on this, it's amazing. Even if you don't buy a cow or a chicken or a goat or a bunny, it's pretty cool to watch it. It starts at 5, fire registration is 4:30. The dinner starts from at 5, and there's an auction at 6:45. Just an amazing thing to see. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to comment on? Okay. Public comment. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to comment at this time? Okay, well, moving on. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, the only business of the day. Discussion on and to consider approval of a subrecipient agreement between the Charter County of Wayne, Van Buren Township for the Community Center project and Senior Center improvements. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve the recipient agreement.
I think she got it. Okay, so Fraser, right. Okay, so I guess okay, so I guess I'm heading this up. We have Tammy Doring here who really probably does not need to come up, but if she would like to, sorry, you come on up just in case they have questions. And we have our Commissioner Al Heides. Al, why don't you come up here with us? Okay. So we have the contract here. Tammy, why don't you go ahead and talk about that for a second?
Good evening, Board of Trustees. As you're aware, the Community Center Project GMP Amendment and Project Budget was approved on July 19, 2022 by the Van Buren Township Board of Trustees. At that time, the draft subrecipient agreement from Wayne County detailing their contribution of $4.5 million to the project contingent on community services funding. The board to consider approval of this agreement for the project. This agreement has been reviewed by the township. At this time, we have
Are there any questions on this?
Good for us.
Okay, so I will ask you a few questions so that everybody understands a few minor details. One is, we are signing this document to send back to the commission for their approval, correct? Correct. And it goes then to I'll have the commissioner explain how it goes. Can you tell us what happens when it goes to the commission?
Yes. Good evening. Supervisor, trustee, citizen, state township, and Buren. It's an honor for me to be here. I'm really very proud of our relationship at the Buren Township, being supervisor. We have been working together for many years, and I will say it's a very successful relationship. Serve the people of Van Buren, and it showed economic development, it showed the enhancement of infrastructure, road, trade. We have a little few problem with the ditches to path there on the intersection, but we're working on it, and we're counting out the site by two private contractors site. The goal, the main one with the community center. Now the administration will recommend the 4 million we have. Commission staff, and they would send it to the economic department, chair, corporate, that the vote on it, maybe Thursday. And then the relationship based on that, no problem. Have the more than 8 votes, we need minimum 8 votes on the commission But I know Mr. McNamara in the past, he was commissioner, he didn't settle down for less than 15 zero for this project. But
I think more than eight. So,
it is a good project, and I think, it's good not only for Van Buren Township, see, it's good for the region. We don't have too many community centers in the area and all the townships. So, thank you. It looked very good, and the administration supported that, and the economic development, I can speak for that one, and I supported that, and I hope in a few weeks I'll call you and tell you it's been approved.
typically, it takes a couple weeks to get through your research, and another week or two for the commission to act.
Yes,
perhaps.
because we meet every other week.
So probably 4 weeks, maybe.
You know, in government, when we tell you
Sure.
4 weeks, it's been 5.
Yeah.
No, but thank
Happy
you.
to get, I'm just happy that, I'm thankful for you that it's going to your committee with your chair. I am very thankful for Warren Evans for making, and this administration for approving us for this amount of money. And I know everybody here at the board is very, very approved. Thank you.
Well, you know, I will, not, and the committee, I don't think you need to show up, but when it's gonna be recommended to the full commission, if some of you, especially the supervisors, show up to thank the commissioner for approval, that would be, preparation for next project. You know, and in our life as an elected official, we always don't stop with one project. When we finish with one, we say, what's next for the people? So I think it would be a good thing. I will keep you informed when it's gonna go to the full commission, and as much as you can.
We will make them a welcome basket with bud corn in it. Other things from Van Buren, but we'll find. Yeah.
Any question, I'll be glad to answer.
Okay, so I just want to let everybody know that this is a different kind of, we have 2 grants that came through the ARPA system of when they started giving out grants. The one grant that we've held off putting onto the books until last week for $3 million, pretty much is an open grant with very little reporting. Anytime you spend more than 500,000, I think, or 750, I can't remember the number, you fall into a federal audit system. We've fallen into that a couple times now. We have done it. We passed them. We're going to be fine. But everything we get is going to be audited by Plant Rand in this case. And the federal government has the right to come in and look at our books, and they actually have a right to send out inspectors out to our location. The grant that we're getting from Wayne County has a lot more stipulations in it. And that's why we're considered a sub-recipient of this. We have to follow Wayne County rules as they would to a federal large-scale $300 million grant.
330 million.
330, of which, not, you know, before you start doing the math on 4.5 million, I think there was only $50 million in the pot for capital improvement programs. So for all 43 communities, so we did pretty good. So we will probably have to hire an attorney that specializes in federal grant construction work. You know, it won't hurt us too bad, but the worst thing you can have, and like I said, I've been around a long time, is to have the federal government come into your house a year after you built something and say, you did it wrong, I want my money back. And Al, Commissioner, could you explain to them that happens?
Yes, it did happen. You know, the city of Wayne was 125 years old system. The sewage is collapsing, or some of them they have a tree trunk. They just carve that, put it in the ground for the water to move through it. And we need to change the system badly, because every basement is flooded. So they give us $14 million for the new river clean. And we took some of the money in overhaul the system too, to build the water clean. And when the federal government audited the project, they said, no, you use the money for purpose not intended. Then you want to clean the pollution. They told me the convincement of the pollution, you know, the technicality of how we put the place. And then, but the bottom line is, you change the food system now, you have all the basement affects to be flooded, and the water goes into the river. What they put into the, out of what you want to testify for the committee. And one of the congressmen, I didn't know if he was joking or not, he said, you know, we could go to jail for this. He said, I wish you would. If you said, what do you mean you wish? He said, since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be here. And I'm not here on the day. I was a young adult. If you put me to 10 bricks in my community problem, you're going to make a deal. We laughed, the whole community laughed. Then they find out, yes, because we did the system according to the federal law, special drains, to recycle the water. But we want to, we lucky we have a good activity.
Usually, if they, so it happens regularly,
Oh, yeah.
that they get denied. Usually with a good attorney in a year or two and a lot of legal bills, you can get them to forgive you. But, you know, I'd rather not do that, just do it right at the beginning. So I just want to warn you, there are catches in all of this.
Technically, you know, how can you justify, make sure the water in the river clean is not part of the News River clean? That's why they have a hard time to,
Yeah.
go ahead and do it. But of course, a lot of attorneys and time, and, you know, sometimes you worry too much. But you know, it's good. I'm glad you thinking about being protected. You know, it's a good
Yeah. So, okay, also the specifies that we have to spend it by the end of 23, right? Which is okay for us.
I thought it was,
Okay,
4.
okay, all right.
Not 26.
I was surprised when I thought it was 23. Okay.
They have a good term with the, it's by 24, I think.
Right. Anybody have any questions, any comments? Okay, then I have a motion by trustee Frazier. I have support by clerk Wright. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Thank Warren Evans for me. I will be writing them a nice little letter and now you got some water to carry. Go get us that grant.
Not good for people, the township, it's good for the whole region.
Well, I'm excited about the project too now. I was a little worried a week ago.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Next item is reports. We have none. Public comments for non-agenda items. Is anybody from the public that wishes to speak? Sure, quick, right.
Last week, I think it was last week, the last election, which was last week, we reported that well, I think I reported to you last Friday, we was asking about the election, we talked about, we was at like 35% returns. And in 1 week it doubled, so we're up to 71%. So we sent out 4,446 ballots. We have received in 3,161. So we're normally at the high 90 percentile in absentee ballots, which is normally 95, 96, 98%, up to 98%. I don't think we're going to get there unless we get 1,200 ballots in tomorrow, which we could. We got about 700 in today. So I don't know what was the holdup, but a lot of people decided to last minute drop off the ballot. I don't know if they're waiting to decide who to vote for the primary, what was going on. We also had a lot of people that all of a sudden decided that they need to get ballots for their grandparents from the last day that was sick and shut in. As you know, I can't give your daughter If you're a family member, I can't give you your grandparents or your mother ballot. They have to be there, so that means that either myself or the deputy has to be generous enough to turn into carriers. So we delivered quite a few ballots today. But they had to be verified that they were stick and shady. Except for one guy was sitting in the forest and he ran out the forest and got shot. I'm like, I think he could have stopped it all. But I have a strange feeling that we might get to close to the 90%, that because of what happened today. So, because it would be the first time in my 14 years that we didn't hit 90% range in absentee ballot. So that's my report. Y'all get out and vote if you haven't, because it's too late to vote absentee.
Anything else? Hearing none, call for adjournment. Bud? I got a motion by Treasurer Bud, support by Trustee Martin. All in favor? Aye, opposed?